By now, you have probably heard about this already. If not, let me be the one to introduce you to Ed Lynch, the lead animator and Antifa supporter or Antifa member. We don't know which, but he does call for a lot of violence, as you will see. Ed Lynch, he decided to post this on Blue Sky about 4 days ago, promoting Antifa with the No Kings protest, which turned out to be an absolute laughingstock. Now, Grum's here. He talks about how Marxists get into companies and they hire other Marxists and then they flood the company with more Marxists. Well, he calls them activists, but let's be honest, they're Marxists. And this is something you could have learned about in Vox Days' book, SJWs Always Lie. Highly recommend that. The process is called convergence. You actually have to be vigilant about letting Marxists into organizations, groups, and communities, as their primary goal is often to just take them over. Now let's go down the rabbit hole of Ed Lynch. This came out here on October 7th from Blue Sky. Everyone in the industry knows who Asmongold is and what he has said over the years. If your company chooses him over you, that company deserves to crash and burn, like all supremacists and their sympathizers. This is, by the way, the most milquetoast call to violence you will see, or close to it. We hop over here to his Blue Sky page, and as you can see, he has indeed posted this, promoting Antifa, a designated terrorist organization. Now, I have to ask, why does Microsoft get to keep its government contracts while they are employing either Antifa enablers, supporters, or actual Antifa members? Someone answer that for me. Now let's scroll up to the juicy bits. He actually posted it twice. Now, I've heard that he has claimed it was posted as a joke, but the stuff I'm about to show you is going to reveal it is no joke. He is deranged. The guillotine, she thirsts. Talking about New York's riches. He is actively calling for death of rich people in New York. As you can see, he is a communist, and he gets so pissed off about people equating fascism to communism, because they're basically the same ideology. More or less, they do the same stuff. And that was a repost. And we keep scrolling. I meant to say Nepo Baby, but it came out Necro Baby. I don't know what to do with this. Talking about killing children. Apparently the new Pope made up a new form of DEI called Opus DEI. Call his boss and get him fired. / sarcasm. But seriously, Catholic dogma, doctrine, hierarchies are a mystery to me, but this is interesting stuff. This is more just to show how he is kind of deranged. He reposted this. Cops led us into the street as a new protest zone and then beat us repeatedly. Now, you can go online and see these Antifa thugs literally starting riots and then the cops, beating them for rioting. If you don't want to get beat, don't riot. It's not a magical mystery. We don't have to get quantum scientists involved. We don't have to get the best philosophers on the planet. We don't have to get legal scholars. The brightest minds of an entire generation don't have to be convened to figure out that if you don't want to get your head hit with a baton, which, let's be honest, that's not really baton shaped, but let's just go with her story, then don't riot. Your Democrat pals who controlled the police before are not in power anymore. And they're very quickly losing power. Now the police will do their jobs and hopefully be held accountable for enabling Antifa. Got hit in the face with a baton, leaving to pick up my friends who were arrested. Why would they be arrested for peacefully protesting? Ask yourself that. That's an easy lawsuit. if that's true. Know your limits. Call him alive to fight another day. He is literally calling for violence another day. Now, this could be the biggest stretch one here, because, he might mean like, oh, I meant peacefully protest. But you can see with the level of violence he does call for, it's not unreasonable to suspect he is literally referring to doing violence another day. You do not have my permission to die. Who the fuck does this loser think he is? You don't control shit. You're soon going to be not employed by Zenimax. Let's continue. Watch woke shows, you cowards, or let them play on a loop in the background, whatever works. Yellow is more just to show you what kind of person he is. Wait until you meet the absolute monster, Jesus of Nazareth. Death threat to the Pope. To be clear, this is not some kind of veiled death threat, although that would be funny. He is self-aware. He knows what he's saying is wrong. People like Ed Lynch act like this because they know the corporation is backing them up. Microsoft may have put out a statement condemning people saying stuff like this, but they're still employing this monster. They're still employing him while enjoying government contracts. For the last few hundred years, it has been customary for many Christian Bibles to print the words attributed directly to Jesus as red lettering on white background. When you strive to be the Antichrist, Lynch, listen, I'm not a Christian, but I'm not an atheist. Let me explain what the Antichrist is. Okay, see, there's two versions of the Antichrist. You can go off the actual biblical Antichrist, which is literally anyone who doesn't believe in the Bible. It says right in the Bible that's what the Antichrist is. If you do not believe in the Bible, you are the Antichrist. There is no one singular person. That is just mythos the church and Christians have built up. You might as well display opposition in even the minute details. I don't know all the color symbolism in Trump's logo, but it has nothing to do with Christianity. This is just how things will go until we stop it. Again, violence. Talking about the Department of Justice just requested an emergency stay from the Supreme Court, allowing Trump to deploy National Guard troops in Chicago. Something lower courts have blocked as unlawful and unjustified. Keep in mind, lower courts don't have the authority to block shit. And yet the Supreme Court is, despite telling them to knock it off, is still not reeling them in. Scroll. The kidnapping and human trafficking will continue until someone stops them by any means necessary. Apparently, there is no line we won't allow them to cross. There is no ground we won't cede before saying enough. This is where it stops. Talking about ICE deporting people who are here illegally. Literally calling for violence against federal officials, which is a federal crime. And he posted this song here, ad infinitum regicide, during the No Kings protest. I wonder what the thinly veiled message is. And then lastly, we get up here, lead animator, The Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah. This is the kind of people Microsoft are employing. I said in my previous videos, we'll have to see what they do. But they did put out a message condemning this. But as we've seen, they're not firing these people. This person feels so emboldened, they can commit multiple felonies, repeatedly calling for violence, promoting a terrorist organization. Because they don't believe they're going to get fired for this. So if Microsoft is not going to fire people like Ed Lynch, because Ed Lynch deserves to be fired and blacklisted from the industry. If he's not going to be fired, Microsoft should not be holding any government contracts. Period. And going after Microsoft's government contracts is going to be one of the fastest ways you're going to see Microsoft step in and just gut Xbox. gut their entire company of people like Ed Lynch. If Microsoft loses government contracts, CEO gets replaced, new CEO comes in, blames everything on the old CEO, guts the company anyway. So the CEO has one or two options. He can gut the company to save his government contracts and his job, or get replaced, and then the next CEO will do what needs to be done. And you can help this process by signal boosting this. Write your congressman, write your congresswoman, senators, tag Trump in screenshots of this. Ask why Microsoft is receiving government contracts. Because this man is calling for violence. He is promoting Antifa. He needs to be wholesale fired. There are just some things you don't do. And trust me, I'm a Pollock. Like, sometimes I have to hold my tongue because I know what I want to say goes too far. But he feels no fear in doing that. He feels no need to have decorum, to have decency. Like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, helps out the algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.